Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The confirmation of a trade involving the Dallas Cowboys instantly sent shockwaves through the league, but what truly fueled the buzz was the quiet, almost mysterious way the Philadelphia Eagles closed a deal with Cooper BEEBE. From the outside, it feels abrupt, but behind the scenes this move had been whispered about for weeks in corridors, locker rooms, and private conversations among executives who thrive on secrecy. The Eagles, known for their calculated aggression in roster building, appear to be waiting for the exact right moment to strike, and when the Cowboys finalized their side of the exchange, the door seemed to swing open naturally. What makes this situation fascinating is not only the player involved, but the symbolism of two historic rivals operating in parallel moments of change. Fans are speculating that this was less about coincidence and more about timing, leverage, and opportunity. Cooper BEEBE's arrival carries an unspoken message, one that suggests the Eagles are thinking several steps ahead, planning not just for immediate impact, but for long-term dominance. The confirmation of the trade elsewhere only added fuel to theories that this move was part of a larger chessboard, one where silence is as powerful as headlines, and where perception often matters more than official statements. What has people talking nonstop is the idea that Cooper BEEBE represents more than just a roster addition. In the eyes of many insiders, he symbolizes stability, toughness, and a mentality that aligns perfectly with what Philadelphia wants to project moving forward. There is a growing belief that the Eagles saw vulnerability around the league, especially as rival teams shuffled pieces in response to pressure and decided to act decisively. The Cowboys making their trade official may have accelerated conversations in Philadelphia, pushing decision-makers to finalize negotiations they have been carefully nurturing. The speculation now is that BEEBE was targeted not only for his physical attributes, but for his mindset, his adaptability, and his reputation as someone who thrives in high-expectation environments. Rumors swirl that internal evaluations placed him extremely high on the Eagles' board, even higher than names that generated louder media attention. This makes the move feel intentional and deeply strategic rather than reactive. For fans listening closely, it sounds like the Eagles are quietly reinforcing the foundation, betting that consistency in the trenches often defines seasons long before highlight plays steal the spotlight. Around the league, there's a sense that this move could alter internal dynamics in ways that are not immediately obvious. Analysts speculate that Cooper BEEBE's presence may allow the Eagles to unlock flexibility elsewhere on the roster, creating competition, depth, and perhaps even future trade leverage. The Cowboys' trade confirmation only intensified this narrative, as it reminded everyone that rival teams are not standing still. There is chatter that Philadelphia executives anticipated this moment, understanding that when one domino falls, others are likely to follow. BEEBE's signing, therefore, feels like a preemptive strike, a way to stabilize while others adjust. The rumor mill suggests that coaching staff pushed strongly for this move, believing that BEEBE fits a specific scheme vision that has been quietly evolving. Listeners of sports talk channels can sense that this was not a unanimous decision without debate, but ultimately one that gained momentum through conviction. In that sense, the Eagles are being portrayed as confident, disciplined, and unafraid to zig while others zag, trusting their internal evaluations over external noise. What truly adds intrigue is how little concrete detail has been officially shared, leaving room for endless speculation. Some believe the Eagles moved faster than expected because they feared another team might step in. Others whisper that BEEBE himself was eager for this destination, seeing Philadelphia as the perfect stage to elevate his career. The Cowboys' trade confirmation serves as a backdrop, almost like a reminder that rivalry extends beyond the field into strategy, timing, and optics. There's an unspoken competition not just to win games, but to win narratives. In this case, the Eagles may have succeeded in redirecting attention, shifting the conversation toward their proactive mindset. Fans reading between the lines sense that this move could be referenced months from now as a turning point, either praised as foresight or criticized as overconfidence. For now, the ambiguity fuels engagement, and the lack of definitive answers keeps speculation alive across social media, podcasts, and locker room discussions. The emotional response among supporters has been layered and complex. Some feel energized, viewing Cooper BEEBE as the kind of player who embodies toughness and reliability. Others remain cautious, aware that expectations can become burdensome when hype outpaces reality. Still, the dominant tone is curiosity, mixed with guarded optimism. The Eagles' front office has built a reputation for bold yet calculated decisions, and this signing fits that pattern in the eyes of many. The Cowboys' trade confirmation almost unintentionally amplified this reaction, reminding fans that every move exists within a competitive ecosystem. Nothing happens in isolation. Each decision ripples outward, influencing confidence, morale, and perception. The rumor-driven nature of this moment only heightens the drama, making every comment from insiders feel significant, even when vague. It is this uncertainty that keeps audiences glued, waiting for the next development, the next hint, the next leak that might clarify what the Eagles truly envision with Cooper BEEBE in the long run. As conversations continue to evolve, one thing feels certain within the speculative narrative. The Eagles believe they are positioning themselves ahead of the curve. Cooper BEEBE is not being framed as a short-term fix, but as a piece that fits into a broader identity. The Cowboys' trade confirmation acts almost like a narrative catalyst, a reminder that rivals are active and ambitions are high. In this environment, every signing feels magnified, every rumor scrutinized. The Eagles seem comfortable operating in that pressure, trusting that their internal logic will eventually speak louder than outside doubt. Whether this move becomes a quiet masterstroke or a debated gamble remains to be seen, but the story itself has already captured attention, and that alone signals its significance within the league's constantly shifting landscape. In the second phase of this unfolding story, the focus shifts toward how this move might reshape expectations inside the Eagles organization. There's growing speculation that Cooper BEEBE was acquired with a very specific role in mind, one that goes beyond conventional depth chart thinking. Insiders suggest that coaches envision him as a stabilizing force, someone capable of elevating those around him through communication, discipline, and consistency. This kind of impact rarely shows up in box scores, but it often defines successful units over time. The Cowboys' trade confirmation in the background reinforces the idea that the Eagles are responding not with panic, but with purpose. Rumors indicate that internal meetings emphasize continuity and resilience, values that BEEBE is believed to embody. The narrative being whispered is that Philadelphia wanted a player who could absorb pressure without fracturing, especially in moments when rival movements threaten to shift competitive balance. There is also speculation that this signing reflects lessons learned from previous seasons, moments where depth and durability became talking points after adversity struck. Cooper BEEBE's reputation as a dependable presence fits neatly into that reflection. Some voices around the league believe the Eagles are quietly redefining what success looks like, prioritizing sustainable performance over flashy acquisitions. The Cowboys' trade confirmation may have served as a reminder of how quickly circumstances can change, prompting Philadelphia to reinforce what they already had rather than chase what they lacked. In this interpretation, BEEBE is not just an addition, but an affirmation of philosophy. This has sparked debate among commentators, with some praising the discipline and others questioning whether caution might limit upside. The tension between these viewpoints keeps the rumor alive, feeding continuous discussion. Another layer of intrigue comes from how this move might influence locker room dynamics. Speculation suggests that Cooper BEEBE's arrival could subtly shift leadership structures, even without formal titles. Players often respond to work ethic and presence more than words, and there is a belief that BEEBE commands respect through consistency rather than volume. The Eagles' decision to act decisively, especially as the Cowboys finalize their own trade, sends a signal internally that standards remain high. Rumors hint that this was communicated clearly, framing the move as reinforcement rather than replacement. Such messaging matters, particularly in environments where confidence and trust directly affect performance. Fans reading between the lines sense that the organization is carefully managing both perception and reality, aware that harmony can be as valuable as talent. The broader league reaction adds yet another dimension. Executives from other teams are reportedly watching closely, interpreting this move as a subtle warning that Philadelphia remains proactive and prepared. The Cowboys' trade confirmation may have dominated headlines momentarily, but the Eagles' quiet efficiency has not gone unnoticed. There is chatter that similar moves could follow across the league, inspired by the idea that stability can be a competitive advantage. BEEBE's signing thus becomes part of a larger conversation about roster philosophy, one that challenges conventional narratives about splash versus substance. In this sense, the Eagles may be influencing trends without ever explicitly stating their intentions. From a fan perspective, the story continues to evolve emotionally. Initial reactions are now giving way to deeper analysis, as supporters debate fit, value, and long-term implications. The absence of dramatic announcements only intensifies curiosity, making every insider comment feel like a clue. The Cowboys' trade confirmation lingers as a reference point, a reminder of rivalry and constant comparison. Yet many fans seem content with the idea that Philadelphia is carving its own path, unconcerned with matching noise for noise. This quiet confidence resonates with a portion of the fan base that values preparation over publicity. As speculation stretches forward, some believe this move could age particularly well, becoming one of those decisions that only fully reveals its value over time. BEEBE may not dominate headlines, but he could quietly anchor moments that define outcomes. The Eagles' willingness to commit amid shifting rival landscapes speaks to a belief in their process. The Cowboys' trade confirmation may have triggered urgency elsewhere, but in Philadelphia it appears to have reinforced conviction. Whether this approach delivers tangible rewards remains uncertain, but uncertainty is the fuel of rumor, and this story is far from finished. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The second part of this speculative story leans even deeper into the long-term implications that many believe are quietly attached to the Eagles closing with BEEBE. Around league circles, there is a growing rumor that this move was not isolated, but rather one piece of a broader internal blueprint that is yet to fully surface. Executives are said to value flexibility above all else, and BEEBE's profile allegedly gives Philadelphia multiple options without forcing immediate public explanations. The confirmation of the Cowboys' trade only sharpened this perception, making it feel as though rival activity accelerated a silent countdown inside the Eagles' offices. The belief among insiders is that Philadelphia wanted to send a subtle signal without provoking a reactionary frenzy. BEEBE fits that objective perfectly, because his reputation suggests reliability more than spectacle. Fans listening closely to commentary channels can sense that this is the kind of move that reveals its purpose gradually. It allows the organization to adapt, adjust, and respond to future shifts without scrambling. In speculative terms, this is about insulation against uncertainty. The Eagles appear to be preparing for scenarios that are not yet visible to the public, and BEEBE's presence is rumored to be a stabilizing answer to questions that have not even been asked out loud. Another thread gaining traction is the idea that this move reflects an internal reassessment of competitive windows. Rather than chasing immediate validation, the Eagles are rumored to be prioritizing sustained relevance. BEEBE is seen by some as a bridge between present demands and future ambitions, someone who can hold the line while younger pieces develop and veterans cycle through. The Cowboys' trade confirmation serves as a contrasting example, a reminder that not all teams approach moments of opportunity the same way. Philadelphia's approach appears more restrained, more patient, and arguably more confident. Speculation suggests that decision-makers trust their development systems enough to invest in fit over flash. This philosophy has sparked debate among fans, with some craving louder moves while others appreciate the quiet discipline. The rumor mill insists that internal discussions emphasized minimizing risk while maximizing cohesion. BEEBE's signing, under this lens, is less about winning a headline battle and more about winning a season-long war of attrition. It is the kind of strategy that only becomes obvious when pressure mounts. There is also growing chatter about how this move might affect future negotiations across the roster. Insiders speculate that BEEBE's deal could influence leverage points in upcoming conversations, subtly reshaping how value is perceived internally. The Eagles are known for thinking several steps ahead, and some believe this signing was designed to provide optionality rather than finality. The Cowboys' trade confirmation may have highlighted how quickly leverage can shift, reinforcing the importance of preparation. BEEBE's versatility is often mentioned in these whispers, framed as a safeguard against unforeseen departures or declines. This has led to speculation that Philadelphia is intentionally building redundancy, not out of fear, but out of foresight. In a hypothetical sense, redundancy becomes strength when chaos strikes. Fans dissecting this narrative see a front office that prefers to control variables rather than react to them. Even without official confirmation, the pattern feels familiar to those who have followed the Eagles' long-term strategies over the years. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.